Sit back and kick it with us. We got charm, we got charisma. Vibes on vibes, personality fire. That's how we skate by, personality higher.
Hey, I'm Hailey.
And I'm Jessi.
And you're listening to Personality Hire,
the podcast where we are going to start getting real and stop being polite. That's
the real podcast.
The real podcast.
Which I was not allowed to watch, but sometimes snuck anyway because that's how I roll. Look at my pants. Do I look like I'm going to sneak an MTV show?
I don't know
she certainly
if you're
is.
sneaking anywhere in those pants.
No.
Because they're vibrant.
They're giving
thriving.
bye.
Hailey has on today, if you're not checking it out.
If you're tuning in via earphones.
She has on some really cute silver breeches. And I think it goes very well with what we were talking about last week about aliens. Because I think if a space alien saw you from Mars down on Earth in them pants, they'd be like, that's my girl.
They'd be like,
that's my girl.
They would love it. They would love it.
How are you?
You know what? I'm doing really good. I'm feeling embarrassed though. I'm usually embarrassed. I'm going to be honest. Like I'm always a constant small state of embarrassed.
That's a familiar feeling.
Yeah. But this past weekend, I realized how embarrassed I was because I was at a sporting event with a friend and I was watching people, like I couldn't help but like watch everybody walk up and down the stairs. And we were in the seats closest to the stairs. So I was just watching people. I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed for these people.
Because you find it embarrassing to have to walk through a crowd and like have people
Everybody's looking at you. Everybody's looking at you.
We don't like to be perceived.
I hate being perceived.
Which is so ironic.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But in the real world, we don't like being perceived.
No, I'm like, I want to be invisible. I want to have an invisibility
And
club.
if you are walking up and down the stairs at an event, at a function, and people are, they're going to take a look at you.
They're looking at you.
Yeah, they're going to take a look.
They're looking at you and they know everything.
And they're going to give you a soft smile as you walk past their seat.
It's like the white person Midwest smile. It's the
people sitting on the aisle. They're going to give you a soft smile. They're just going to give you a little bit of like an acknowledgement. And you don't know what it means. I never know what it means. It could mean.
It means I see you, you see me. ABC.
Get to Stephen.
Yes. So that's embarrassing. And then we went to dinner afterwards and we went to Salt in downtown Roswell.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was really cute, really fun. But we were at a 2-person table. This person was in a chair and I was on the other side, like sitting in a booth. And to get out, I had to. How embarrassing is scooting out of a booth?
You had to scoot.
Don't ever scoot out of a booth in front of me or I'm going to laugh.
Was it a leather booth?
It was.
Did it make any noise?
Probably, but
yeah.
You know, the loudest thing in my head was embarrassment.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, because we drove all the way we went to a hockey game, to there. So then as soon as we sat down, I was like, oh, I should go to the restroom before we like eat.
Yeah.
So I did. So I had to do that. And then when we left, I had to do that. And when we left, there were people on either side at different tables. And so that was even awkward because then I had to get up and I had to go like this. And then my butt is basically in someone's dinner.
I think that scooting out of a booth is the adult equivalent of scooting out of a bouncy house because you're just like up and down and you got the air beneath you and you're getting air as you're coming back up and down. And you can't and if you have on a dress, forget about it. Absolutely forget about it.
Please don't be in a dress on a bouncy house.
Here's what I think we should start doing. If you're with a friend or if you're on a date and your date needs to get out of the booth, you need to get up and you need to pull them. Just grab their legs and yank them across the booth. Don't make them.
And if you're with your friend, you should also yank them out.
Just get them out of there.
Yeet them out of there. Don't make them. Heave-ho.
Can you imagine if you and I were eating dinner?
I'd be like, Jessi, just throw you a leg.
You just said, that was a delicious meal. And then your leg just went like, well, I'm ready to go. And
Take
I walked
me
around
home,
and
sis.
I yanked your leg and you got right out of there. And then we just left like it was normal. Anyway,
so I'm embarrassed.
Do think that should be something that we can overcome the embarrassment with.
Okay, we're going to work on that.
Yeah.
We're going to start practicing that maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe at the Chastain.
Yank your friend out of the booth. Please stop making your friend scoot out of the booth in 2024. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Stop being a bad friend, okay? Anyway, now that I'm thoroughly embarrassed still, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really good. I thought of something that I wanted to tell the masses because this is maybe it's a humble brag. I don't know. But this is something that I have been noticing that's made a difference in my life that I wanted to share. Please. And it's like, it could be placebo effect. I fully get that. But every morning for some months now, I've been waking up and heating up a mug of hot water. Mm-hmm. And then I've been putting lemon and then sea salt from some Italian sea. And I've been drinking it, and it tastes extremely salty and lemony, which I like. But I feel flippin' amazing.
Yeah, you're hydrating. That makes sense.
That little warmth of it though is giving it an extra
that helps
kick,
your stomach
absorb it, all this stuff. So anyway, I know that I don't have a lot of electrolytes floating around in my body, and so I know this is helping that.
Yeah.
But I would like to say, if you're trying to be on your Gwyneth Paltrow-ish, if you're trying to be a health and wellness girly, one easy thing you can do is implement this hot water with lemon thing in the morning. And honestly, I feel amazing. And when I'm drinking it, I feel very much like, oh my gut,
I'm better than everybody.
My gut is so incredible right now. Like, I have the world's best gut health.
And then 2 hours later, you're like,
yeah. Well, I don't have the same. I don't have the exact same issues as you.
I'm like that.
I know what you deal with. But anyway, that's all. That's not really how I'm doing. It's mostly just like a humble brag. Hashtag my gut is sparkly clean. And I'm hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, super hydrated.
You really should. And also, on top of that, you know what else you should do? Trace minerals in your water.
Yeah.
I don't like to trace minerals in my water because they make me gag, which is embarrassing. And I don't like to be embarrassed. We've talked about it. I'm already embarrassed enough. But you can get like a pill form, like a vitamin form.
You've given me that one time on a trip because I said, this hangover I have, I'm going to perish. I'm going to literally die on these streets. And you said, try this.
Got you, sis.
And I'm not going to lie. It did taste like, it tastes like a man. It tastes like what I imagine
tastes like a man.
Like a man at the gym would taste like. It was funky. Something was off.
No, you got to just down the hatch, you know?
Yeah.
Take it and bake it.
Take it and bake it, baby.
Yeah.
Take it and bake it.
Yeah.
Cool beans, dude.
Well, you know what else is that I take and bake?
Drum roll, please. Here comes the segue.
Irks and oohs and ahs, which is what we want to talk about this week.
I've totally talked over you on that. Say the topic again, Hailey. That was not good. I apologize.
You know what? That's good teamwork.
And I recognize what I just did, and I apologize.
You know what? We talk over each other all the time, and I never notice because this is just us. Don't be embarrassed.
Pull me out of the booth, please.
Come here.
Hailey, what are we going to chat about today?
Today, we're going to talk about our irks, oohs, and ahs.
Ooh, ah.
So, like, these are silly things. You know those, like, little things that they don't matter, but they just kind of annoy you?
They're irks. Like, this irks me.
Things that, like, normal people don't like. Like, I know some people like the smell of gasoline. That's not one of my oohs and ahs. But, like, you know, what are those for us or for you?
Your peculiarities. You're peculiar. You're a weirdo. And I am too. So
yeah. Get me out of this booth.
Give me one. Lay me on. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. What's your first irk?
Okay. I don't like when people are singing.
Oh, okay.
No. I know this is a bad one, but it's when you're hanging out with someone and you guys are in a conversation and they just start singing. And I think it's rude. And I think it's like, I have some friends who will do that. I'm an actor, so I have a lot of actor friends, and they are very talented, and they have the music within them. They've got the music in them. You know what I'm saying? And they'll just be like, like kind of like low. And I'm like,
done this to you before. I did this to you 2 weeks ago in your apartment.
But if you're being silly and you're just doing it, I'm fine with it.
I don't know if I think I was doing it in earnest, but I think I was doing it as like
while we were talking.
I think you were getting ready. You were in the bathroom putting on makeup. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
No. That's different. I mean, like while we are talking, like, there might be a soft break in the conversation. And someone's just like, if I were invisible, which why Clay Aiken?
Is that Clay Aiken?
Yeah.
Did he become a politician? Did I dream that?
I think he did run for something. And I'm going to run for cover because I don't want to talk about Clay Aiken anymore. He kind of makes me nervy.
So you don't like singing. You don't like singing is like inappropriate singing.
Yes, inappropriate singing. Which, like, I also don't like karaoke. I hate it.
Oh.
I think, but I also go again with actors who are like, let me get up and do backflips, hit the splits during a Prince song. And then like, it's like, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be silly. Why are we trying to get discovered?
See, I would Purple Rain it so hard. Like, and I love a karaoke. And
but
I've
gone with college friends and friends who can sing, like who like are great singers, and they do it, and I love it because they're being silly, they're jumping and dancing, like they're not trying to do choreography.
You're talking about somebody who, like you just said, is trying to be discovered. Like they're on that stage and they
act like they're not. They're like,
somebody gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye.
And then they're feeling it too much.
Okay, I get that. I understand.
It feels rude of me because I'm like, who am I to say how they can express themselves?
These are our irks.
But that's why I remove myself from that situation.
And these are our personal irks.
Yeah.
I have an irk that I've been thinking about that I think that people are going to be like, what's wrong with you? I don't like puzzles. And I don't get it. If you like a jigsaw puzzle, if you're a person on Christmas Day that you do a puzzle, if you're pulling out a jigsaw puzzle at any given time, if you're doing it for leisure, if you're doing it for, I don't know what else you do it for not leisurely purposes. I don't like puzzles. I don't get it. I don't want to do a puzzle.
I have liked to do puzzles with my home friends, like my friends from back home. We will have a wine night and we call it puzzin'. Like, you guys want to puzz? And we won't get like a serious puzzle. It's a cute puzzle. We'll drink wine. It's mostly us talking and like doing it. That's the only time I've ever liked it. My dad has mated.
He mated with a puzzle, and now your dad is a
scooting
puzzler.
Out of a booth.
He puzzler. Yeah.
Puzzles.
Yeah. He took a puzzle on a date and yanked it out of the booth, and the rest is history. There you go. Just like that.
I was born. Look at me now.
I'm so puzzling. You are very puzzling.
But he has this new tradition where, well, it's not that new. We've been doing it for years. But it wasn't until we were like adult-ish that every year he goes to the dollar store and gets like these janky puzzles. Bless you.
Thank you so much.
Bless you.
Thank you.
There's a minor sneeze.
Just minor.
And we sit around this like poker table, and my sister-in-law, who is a puzz whiz, my brother, and I, and back in the day, there were other people
there. There was another bing bong there.
But
he's also
we would puzz to the death. So whoever won got $100. Then the next person got $50.
Okay, if it's a competition like that, I could get behind it. I wouldn't like it. I would begrudgingly do it.
These puzzles, like I got a Sporky one time.
Pardon?
Like Sporky from Toy Story 5 or whatever.
Okay.
I got a Sporky one. And it's still like the hardest puzzle I've ever done.
Here's
it's
my other question.
Dollar store.
What do you do after you're done with the puzzle? Are you going to break it up? Here's the other thing I don't get. Oh my lordy days! One time, my dad over the Olympics, he put together an Atlanta 1996 Olympic puzzle, and then he framed it. He framed it, and I guess I get it because it was a piece of memorabilia from like a specific event.
Yeah.
But then he framed that bad boy. Like, absolutely not. I want to know, if you buy a puzzle and you're going to complete it and then you're going to take it all down and put it back in the box, how often are you pulling that same box down to repeat that puzzle?
I don't think you do.
Then what?
But I think that's why they're so inexpensive.
I'm sorry. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. You know what else is an irk for me? I got verklempt. And so many of my friends are going to hear this, all the friends I have, and they're going to go, Hailey, what's our friendship been? But I've told them, I don't like games at parties. I don't like board games.
I think a lot of people share that irk.
Oh my gosh. Then what's going on? Because people are like, let's play this really complicated game. We'll watch this YouTube video about it. And I was like, I want to chat it up. I want to chat it up and I want to snack it up. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be learning what knight can go in this hallway. Like, I don't understand and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm here with my friends. I want to turn my brain off.
When that happens to me, I like to act like I'm trying to learn the game. I act like I'm actively participating, but in reality, I'm turned off.
No, that's what I do.
I just
and then I go, what should I do? And then they get mad at me, and I'm like, well, should have invited me. I shouldn't be here.
Oh my God. What should I do? What move should I make next? And then you make it feel like you're participating, but you're not. I think a lot of people don't like games, but I think more people love them than don't like them.
I don't like it. It's an irk.
But
I understand that that's fun for people. So I enjoy that people have. I don't want to be a meanie and be like, "Gosh, dorky," because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't like it. I think it's annoying. I'm trying to relax, have fun. I don't want to learn the rules to this game.
Fair.
There are too many rules.
Fair. Very
life
fair.
And in this game.
And I want you on your limited time off to have the fun that you want to have. And that's fair.
Exactly.
I had another irk that I thought about that is a departure from all of this.
I love that.
But I think I already shared it with you. My irk is this. And you can come for me. Everyone's going to come for me. And that's fine. Please bring back the Cupid's bow in your lips. I am not a fan of when people are overlining their lips with like two little caterpillars, two little pillows.
Well, they want it
stacked
to be like,
on top of each other.
It's like the lip filler look.
It is, but there's no.
I don't mind it on some faces. I think it really works on some people's face.
If you have a naturally pillowy lip, I'm going to see that and I'm going to acknowledge it because it looks natural on you. But no, if you are like me, bring back the Cupid's bow. And if you don't know what the Cupid's bow is, it's the little pointy V thing at the center of your top lip.
You know,
but
like
if you're overlining
like
it,
if you're drawing lips
and you're filling it in, just that irks me, man. Bring it back. It's cute. It's adorable.
It's so cute.
So anyway,
I agree with that. I think that a lot of people, that's a trend now. And then there's also the bottom lip thing, where they make their top lip and the bottom lip the same size.
How is that even possible?
With
I guess it's possible. No, I mean in nature, it's possible. And I feel like if I saw it, I'd be like, oh,
no, I don't think it's natural.
Lip.
But I think it's what people are doing, which is
they're just making their two little pillows, two little sassy pillows for lips, two little yappity yap pillows, two little very hungry caterpillars for your little lips. Yapping.
They're not very hungry. They've had watermelon, they've had suckers, they've had chocolate cake, they've had spinach leaves, because that's how pillowy they are. They're at the end.
And
they're about
the next day was Sunday again, and
his stomach hurt.
He had one nice green leaf, and he was very full after that.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what we're talking about,
then
just go read The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Do you even read?
Eric
Carlisle, I thought it was.
Just Carl.
Oh my gosh, I've been living a lie.
Carlisle who is the guy? Oh no, that's Richard Scarry. Richard Scarry. He did his whole busy world of Richard Scarry.
I love that.
Give me more. What's another? Give me another. Irk.
Another irk. I'm going back to mouth stuff.
Perfect.
But I don't like it when, and this is something that I've always had. This is very funny. And I'm going to have to demonstrate it. So for you audio listeners, just close your eyes and take this journey with me.
Okay.
You're at a restaurant. You're sitting across from someone. You're telling a story. They're listening. They're active listeners. They have their cup of water with a straw in front of them. And they go, oh. And their lips go, the straw, and
they're chasing the straw down as they're trying to talk to you.
And they go, oh. They open up their mouth and they put it around the straw as if the straw is that big. Just get the straw. Use your hands. Use your hands. Your phalanges. Grab the thing.
Your tongue in your mouth.
Take life by the straw.
Is not
Sip it.
An appendage to be used like a freaking finger.
It makes me gag. And then when people use their tongue, when they go, yeah, like,
I don't like that. That's not only an irk, that's unsanitary. Get a grip.
No, get a grip. Get a life.
An absolute grip. I don't know if I've seen that in person.
But
get a group. Get a group. Get a group. Get a group. Get a group.
Get a group. Get a group of friends. A help group for people who mistreat straws. So that's a strange irk that I have, but I've had it since I was younger. I remember I would be like at a restaurant with my mom. She's like, "What, Hailey?" And I'm like, "What are you doing with your mouth?" Okay, wait, another irk. My mom, my poor mom, God bless her. She also speaks when I speak. And what I mean is, like, she mouths the words that I'm saying. She'll be like,
"Oh, absolutely not."
And I'm like, "Mom, you're saying, like, Does that make sense for the audio listeners? Like, I'm speaking. She has no idea what I'm about to say, yet somehow she is still mouthing what I am saying.
Some people have done that too.
She's
before,
like lip singing
hard of
the
hearing.
conversation.
I know that's also something that like I've had people in my life that are hard of hearing that they do to try to like help them.
I'm hard of hearing.
Well,
I've never had that urge to be like.
But maybe you're not hard enough of hearing. You want to be harder of hearing?
Continue
also
doing
copying
that.
me. Copying me is irking me. Hailey.
Copy? I copy you every day.
I know. I copy you every day too.
I'm like, where'd you get those dimes?
So I don't really believe that. I don't believe in copying. Everyone can copy anybody. Just copy each other.
I think that's fun. We literally are. You think you invented
what do you think?
Pants?
No.
No, I gotta wear pants too.
We're all freaking out here doing the same thing that somebody did a bajillion years ago. We're just doing it a different way.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really love the new era of women like that we're all getting behind being like, no, it's fun to like the same things. Whereas it used to be like, I remember like, I want to say it was around 2016, whenever Reputation came out. And I was like, I love this album. And everybody was like, you like Taylor Swift? She's so basic. Why can't I like Taylor Swift? You like, I don't know what you like, whatever you like. Because I think music is so specific.
Like specific, what do you mean?
Like you like what you like.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So what's wrong with liking something is my question.
Nothing.
I don't think people do that anymore.
Yeah.
I think people still have like some hang up on Nickelback, but I think it's just fun to joke about
so
for people.
sad because I think that
They're very
man
talented.
actually might be, look at this photograph.
He had some range.
Every time. Also, here's my irk. Looking back on old photos of myself. Yikes. And that man reminded me of Avril Lavigne because I think that they were married at one point.
Oh my gosh, they
and then I was
were.
looking back on photos of myself trying to be Avril Lavigne.
We were all trying to be Avril
So
Lavigne.
I irk myself. Let's just bring this for full circle.
Full circle.
I irk myself.
I ulked myself.
I ulked myself.
The
The other thing that was not an irk, that's something that you brought up with the puzzle bit, was I am genuinely like, this is a love of something that I don't think that everybody has, but a lot of people like, I love the Dollar Tree. Like I go there for fun. I go to the Dollar Tree for fun. I really enjoy it. It's not the Dollar Tree anymore. It's a $1.25 store. Get a grip. I went in there and I did the math in my head and I said, I'm going to get out of here for, 20 something bucks. I didn't. It was almost 40. Because there was $1.25, $1.50 here and there. Anyway, I just really like the Dollar Tree, and I really feel like it brings me joy.
It's fun. They've got some fun knickknacks in there. I remember the last time I was in one was right before the pandemic shut down. Like we knew it was going to happen, and I went and got Play-Doh. I don't know if I thought the power was going out. Why did
the power did go out in my eyes.
In
the
my
light
brain.
and life of my eyes went out during the
that's
pandemic.
for sure. But I don't know why I didn't think I would have other things to do. But I got coloring books.
You were preparing for the Cold War. You were preparing for.
You should have seen the
bunker.
can of green beans.
Yeah.
I got it. Sam's Club prior. It was,
that was wild times.
a big old honker.
That was
It was
wild
like the
times.
kind that you see in schools.
I'll just never forget a lot of things from the pandemic, but things
I want to forget everything about that.
Still, I'd think about often is getting a pack of toilet paper and then immediately taking a Clorox wipe and wiping down the outside of the pack of toilet paper because that's what you did in the pandemic.
So embarrassing.
So cringy.
It's so embarrassing.
So absolutely with blue gloves on. With blue gloves on.
Get a grip.
I was pregnant, so I was like, we were taking no precautions because we didn't know where this was. We were scared.
It was scary.
It was super scary. Anyway, I don't want to even talk about the pandemic.
I will say an ooh and ah that I have is during the pandemic, I watched all of How I Met Your Mother, and I can't believe I lived that long without that show.
I don't think I've seen one sewed, not one episode.
But you don't like TV.
I au contraire, mon frere, because
you do
your girls. I have
Sunny
binging this thing that was on Netflix. This
Jossie, this
limited
is
series
news.
called One Day. It's called One Day.
Okay, I've heard of this.
And my friend Tiff told me to watch it. and I started watching it, and wowie woo wow, it's a doozy. I like it. Oh yeah, I like it a lot.
Netflix, because you know
two
how
British people in love, not in love, turmoil, friends, not friends. It's a lot, but I love it. It's very soap opera-y, but like in a great way.
I love those shows though,
Oh
like soap opera-y type shows.
I recommend. Let's all watch it together. I watched 9 episodes last night. Don't talk to me.
9?
9.
I love that for you.
I went for it, but I never do that.
She's in her cinematic era.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm
did I look up all the cast and follow them all on Instagram last night? I sure did. I love
that.
That's an ick for me and an irk. I irk myself. Whenever I'm watching a movie or TV, I will immediately look all of them up on Instagram.
I look them up on IMDb because I want to know, what have you been in? How did, like, what led you here? If I've never seen you before, even when I see like deadline articles, and those are like when a new show's announced, pilot's announced, or they're adding cast to something, there's a deadline article. I will go to see like what they've been in before, and I think it's so interesting. I love seeing like how someone got there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like you get to see the trajectory of their career like right on a website.
Yeah,
I like to go to Instagram to see like if they're, are they like sassy?
Does the phone eat first?
Like totally, and like how alike your character are you? Like, are you nerdier than your character? Are you sassier than your character? I want to see. Do you travel often? Are you a homebody? I just want to see how you match up, how you stack up to your character. Anyway, I don't even know how we got there, but that's just something I want to say. That's a new and awe.
I love that.
One day. I like it. Recommend.
I'm trying to think what I've been watching. Oh, I've said this on the podcast before, but I've been watching again. I like going back and watching older shows because when there's a hype about a show, immediately I'm like, I gotta wait.
You gotta wait?
Because people get too excited about a show, and then I go watch it later and I'm like, how'd you really feel about it? And sometimes it's not that good. But I've been watching, I watched finally for the first time ever, the first season of True Detective. Holy smokes. That show's good. Matthew McConaughey is hot as heck in that show. And I don't think that in real life, but like in that show, I'm like, woo.
All right.
Wody Harrelson's
that man's
in it.
wife
It's
is a
so
smoke
good.
show.
Oh my goodness. She's got us.
She's
got us
absolute smoke show.
So stunning.
Yeah.
And also watching Desperate Housewives. Also, this is the first season since Pilot Pete's season, because I had a friend on that season, so I was like only watching for her. I don't give a Rudy Tooty Booty about Pilot Pete.
What's that?
The Bachelor. So I've been watching Joey. That's the Bachelor this season. He is such a cutie. It's so fun to watch. No, the last season I watched was Pilot Pete. They just called him Pilot Pete because he was a pilot and his name's Pete.
And he was the Bachelor.
Okay,
sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. And then what's the man this season's name is what?
Joey.
Joey the what?
Joey.
Jungle Joey.
I literally don't even know his last name. I think he's possibly Italian.
Joey Fatone. Also, did you see that NSYNC decided to reunite?
I know, but they did, and they sang the song that, remember when we were in LA and we saw Leon Spass celebrating?
It was Paradise.
It was right after that song came out, and that's all they did.
Well, no, they sang a new song.
No, that was the song.
The Paradise song?
I thought that was the song that they sang with Justin Timberlake.
No, that was for Trolls. I don't think that Paradise song, I don't think was for Trolls. That was a totally different song. They recorded a brand new song, and then they released that song, and then they did their old songs.
Oh my gosh.
And
I knew they did their old songs. I just didn't realize this was a totally new song.
Yeah. The other thing that I heard that I didn't realize was that everyone thought that Justin Timberlake was the reason they weren't like getting back together, but in reality it was JC.
Well, JC probably had some attitude about it because he should have been the lead man.
Oh, I think honestly he can still sing so well.
He can.
And I also saw that what's that other Backstreet Boy, AJ McLean, who I've talked about this before on the podcast, but he really, when he went to rehab when I was in middle school, I was so I can't put into words how concerned I was. I was so concerned. I was crying. I didn't understand. It was like it was happening to me.
Yeah. It was again like when Nick Jonas announced that he had diabetes.
Yes.
I lost my mind.
It was happening to you.
I was so worried about Nicholas.
Yeah. We're still worried about him, I think.
Always worried about the Joe Bros.
Yeah. Constantly. How's Mama, your dog? I was wanting to ask about her.
Mama?
Yeah.
She's good. She's full of attitude. She's been throwing up a lot lately for fun. And the reason I say for fun is because she truly does it to tell me like, hey sis, you haven't fed me. And like, so like last night I got home and we had a meeting and then I had to like rush and get ready like for an audition. And then I had all this food for meal prep, so I had to make it or else I wouldn't have had dinner. So I was doing all that. And while I was cooking dinner, I was going to feed her. I go into my bedroom and she's thrown up.
She's doing it in protest. She's
Yeah.
doing it to be like, you don't understand me, Mom. No one understands me. And let me show you
Yeah.
just how no one understands me.
I don't know. I just like, I can't be a mom.
You can. And
I can be her mom.
That you will.
But like, I will one day. One day.
My little chicken nugget, giblet,
Scooby-Doo
cracked her chin wide open on the hardwood, and I had to take her to the urgent care. And here's something I learned. They don't do stitches really anymore for kids. They just glue that ish back up, and then you take them to a follow-up appointment, and then they assess if they think they need stitches.
Yeah.
But first they're going to glue them up, which I kind of think in hindsight
is a better idea.
it's better. But it
prevents scars.
it reminded me of one time when I was at the skating rink when I was in 6th or 7th grade.
Did you bust your
I was
chin
at
open?
Sparkles. My mom took me to the school skate night and I was cruising, which by the way, I want to point this out. This is important to me. I was an extremely great rollerblader and I would win all the races at Sparkles and I would get a token for a free Coke. And I just want to say that. I just feel like that's important.
To know it, especially in this story. I
Yeah.
feel like.
And I think that my mom would move the cars out of the garage on the weekends and we had a
dad would
disco
do that
ball.
too.
We had a disco ball in the
We didn't have
garage.
that, but that's-
And I would go around and around and around. But this one particular day, somebody, when I was in my race, they tripped me. They tripped me so they could get my Coke token. And I went skeeting along the ground on my chin. And when I sat up, half my chin was dangling down. And you know what my mom said? She just put it back up there with a Band-Aid and she said, "You'll be all right." I was not all right. I never went to the doctor about it. No one ever glued me up.
Okay.
And I got a little scar, but
You know what? I feel like I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but we are connected. But it was in 2nd grade, was at Fun Spot, our skating rink, and I was cruising. I remember I was just like, and I played hockey. So I was a really great skater compared to my friends.
Did
Again,
you
2nd grade.
but do you feel like you were like, I don't know, like winning races and getting tokens and stuff?
No.
Okay.
We didn't. We only had the only thing we had was the limbo thing, and I didn't know what I was.
That seems horrific for your knees in hindsight.
I didn't participate. I don't think. Also, again, I was embarrassed, so I didn't do it. But I was skating one day at this Tiffany C's B-Day party, and I slipped on a banana peel.
A
Yep.
real one?
A banana
Did
peel.
Donkey
Like,
Kong come out of the freaking
it was like Mario Kart.
bathroom and you throw it at you?
I'm not kidding. I slipped on a banana peel.
Wow.
Busted my chin open. Had to go to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dink.
that is a real life.
But why are we busting our chins?
I don't know. I
But
forgot.
now anybody, if you talk about chins or if someone like grabs me on my chin, I'm like,
I just didn't have
I hate it.
good common sense
That's
when it
a
came to
irk.
putting my hands down before my face. Like my face, when I would fall, would always come down first, and my hands never came down with them. My hands it just was my face, and then my hands were floating behind my back because I just never. Did you ever hold hands with a boy at the skating rink?
I think I tried.
And
I don't think it worked.
then he threw a banana peel at you.
Well, I think he probably was like, I like,
Tiffany C.
yeah, I don't know who, but I'm pretty sure that happened once. And then I learned my lesson.
You just never
Do not
asked.
be vulnerable.
Don't ever close yourself off. Don't ever ask anyone for anything ever again.
No, and also
Close yourself
don't
off.
tell people you like them.
Don't
like
ever
that.
tell anyone that you like them ever again.
And that's why I'm single.
Yeah, especially not a boy.
There are plenty of reasons. why
Barely
I'm
tell your
single, but
friends, but definitely don't tell a boy ever.
Don't ever tell a boy you like them.
Oh my
Ew,
gosh,
that
are you
is
kidding me?
embarrassing.
That's an ick. That's an irk.
I don't care if you're getting married.
Yeah, don't. And only say it if they say it first. Are you kidding me?
And then go,
cheeky. Like if you have to say I do, be like, I might. You know, like if you're doing your vows and be like,
Just say, I guess.
and say, hey,
For
Richard,
now.
do you take this woman? And he says, I do. I love her so much. And I say, hey, Tiffany C, do you take Richard? And just, I might.
Today I will.
And just because he said it first, because I wasn't going to say anything at all. Thank you. You may kiss the bride. He can kiss my hand on the top of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then you're going to render your reception and you're going to dance and you're going to put on your rollerblades and you're going to perform the dance of a lifetime.
In your rollerblades.
And then you're going to skate backwards and you're going to leave Richard on the dance floor. And you're going to hang out with your friends.
That's like, I think like I'm going to hang out with my friends. Whenever I get married, I'm going to hang out with my friends at my wedding.
I feel like that's exactly what I did. I feel like he and I like danced when we needed to dance. And then we did the cake thing. And like, of course we hung out, but mostly I was hanging out with my friends.
Yeah. I feel like that's what sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were on the dance floor. I remember distinctly the DJ looking at me and going, playing CNC Music Factory. And then he'd be like, everybody dance now.
And you said,
give me the music. I need to stop. Every pod, not just one, not just two, every pod, I make weird noises with my mouth. And I sing songs that didn't need to be sung.
We sing, I yawn, and I just
stifled one. I saw it. You totally stifled one. Oh yeah, for sure.
I've learned too, this is an ick for me, or an irk for me. I cannot concentrate without not yawning. Like if I'm concentrating, I'm yawning. Because the only time I haven't experienced this is like in like auditioning. I've never yawned in the middle of an audition or like in acting. But when I'm like having a conversation, I will yawn, and that's not nice because then the other person sees my yawn and they yawn.
I think that is definitely you're mentally focused in and you're trying to concentrate and your brain is like, this is difficult work. This is hard work.
Yeah,
it's making me tired.
I clearly have ADHD.
And I need more oxygen to my brain to interpret the words. Let me get a yawn in.
I was just saying, which by the way, if you're listening, you can't see this, but if you're watching, actually, you should be doing both, probably. Not just watching. Listening and...
Listen to it once and watch it twice. How about that?
No, I mean, like, if you're watching it, shouldn't you be listening as well?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're using two senses at one time. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just thought about that.
Yeah.
Again, brain doesn't have a lot of oxygen. So, you probably noticed that we're in a new space.
We are in a new space. Get a good look at it. How does it make you feel? And if you can't get a good look at it,
this couch is insane.
And you're not watching, let me describe it to you. It's a beautiful loft space in the heart of Atlanta. Is this the heart of Atlanta? I mean, we're near the capital. We're near the capital in the heart of Atlanta.
If not, it feels like the heart. I feel the beat.
Near Georgia State University, where I went to school, also near Cabbagetown, where I used to live. And I used to live off Moreland Avenue near Little Five Points as well. And we're in a beautiful loft with great big gorgeous windows, some beautiful plants, which by the way, every time I'm in a space with plants like this, like these big beautiful plants, I'm bewildered. I can't keep anything alive.
I can't keep anything alive. So we're in a beautiful space. Besides barely me.
Stunning couch. It's like a burnt orangey red color.
It's just awesome. Beautiful. It's so comfortable. So that if I am yawning more, it's because I'm comfy.
And it's called Studio B.
So
in Atlanta,
if you're looking for a space to like film anything, like a podcast
or your rollerblading
video.
Yeah,
we could roll up this rug.
Yeah, you can rollerblade this
rug.
I feel like there's enough space for that.
Yeah.
Can you skate backwards?
Yes.
Same. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that we could
try in my blades in a while, but I have blades. If you want to blade.
Wait, you still have them?
I have blades. Yeah.
Everybody dance now.
Skunk.
I would get rollerblades. I would rollerblade with you all over the Beltline. I
don't love the Beltline in rollerblading. Here's why. Because there's too many people.
I would definitely need wrist guards.
Like bird scooters.
Is that still a thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I walked past one on my way in here.
They said you got to geet out of here. I thought they said you got to geet out of town. Here she goes. It's a big one. Look at me. Was that not a thing? They didn't tell them to geet gown?
I don't think you can say anything in Atlanta and it's going to happen.
I feel like, here's what it was. I feel like several years ago they said you have to reduce the amount of scooters that are in this place, because there are scooters on their left, right, and center. There are just too many scoots.
It's so dangerous. Don't ever get on one of those. You know, I've thought of another irk. Cycling. Cyclists on the road.
I understand. A hot take.
Good for you.
Share the road.
I mean, I don't like sharing the road because I'm scared.
They're going to knock them over with your car.
Well, also, I'll be driving. I'm like, we live in Atlanta, Georgia. You are in, like, I'll be in Buckhead or something, or West Midtown. We got to go somewhere. Like, everybody's going to go somewhere. The speed limit is 40, 45. You're going 25 at best. How do you think that makes me feel?
I think that this is an extremely hot take, because I do believe in sharing the road. However, I think that we should make a rule that if you're a cyclist, you cannot go uphill. No hills for you. You cannot go uphill, because then what am I supposed to do?
That.
Stop going uphill.
But they love that.
Stop mountain biking on my road that I'm sharing. Like,
and here's the thing: if it's residential, if it's a residential area, I don't even think twice about it. But if I am like I'm going down Howell Mill. First of all, I'm afraid to go down Howell Mill in my car with all those potholes. I don't know how your zip zap's stopping in your little bike.
I was just gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
How does the little bike kit make you feel? Their little,
what do you mean? Their outfit?
Their outfit. Mm-hmm.
They look hot. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I don't care.
Okay.
You know what I care about? We're in 45 and you're going 25 at best.
Okay.
Not even.
Okay.
And it's cute. I love that people are, doing good things for the environment. I love that they're getting exercise. I think a great place to do that is the Beltline.
A stationary bike. I think a great place to do that is a stationary bike.
Talking to a cycling instructor, like, do it. Go.
Also, I realize that people are probably like, the only form of transportation I have is a bike.
Okay.
Because that's all I got.
That's also different.
Also, just take a look at who's saying this, okay? Just for 5 seconds. Don't let this upset you. We're just giving a hot take on the fact that, like, we don't want to hit you. I don't want to hit anyone.
No, I like.
And when you have a pack of them, like sometime on Saturday morning, Sunday morning, they get these big packs and they're just going uphill. They're going up every hill they can find.
Every hill.
And I'm on that hill and I'm at the bottom and they're at the top, but I can't go around them because I don't want to hit them. And they're in a pack.
You can't go over.
And also, I would like to say, in that,
you gotta go through them.
And they can't go over it, can't go under it, gotta go through it. I would absolutely never.
No.
But you're not sharing the road with me at that point. And that's, again, a hot take. But if you are in a pack of bikes, you're not sharing the road with me.
I feel like you just live in the wrong city. Again, residential, I feel differently about it. Like, it'll happen in Peachtree Battle, like that area. It'll happen where I'm, like, behind a pack of cyclists, and I don't think twice about it. But if I am on these roads trying to go to an establishment and you are doing that, I mean, I think I need to get a grip. I need more patience.
I had a boyfriend when I was in my 20s, my young 20s, buy me a fixed gear bicycle for my birthday because he had one and he wanted me to also ride around with his fixie and my fixie. And I rode it one time and I promptly said, I shan't be mounting this ever again. This is so scary. So
what
scary.
Is a fixed
It means that there's one
bike.
gear, baby, and you are, and for me personally, it was just fast. It was.
So you're like,
just. And
do you have a helmet?
No.
What?
No, I didn't have a helmet.
That's scary.
Yeah, of course. I never got on it again. We rode to brunch. I know he proceeded to have a cocktail at brunch. I proceeded to poop my pants. And then I yanked him out of the booth. And I got back on the bike and I got home safe. And I said, never again. Not for me.
Don't ever put me on.
But that was a very popular thing for, like, people to have, like, fixie bikes around here.
I have some friends.
Like 2009, 2008.
You do. Yeah. Bike. And they love it.
Be careful because Hailey and I are on the roads and we can't be trusted.
Yeah. If I'm out here zip zap zopping around. Yeah. And I've seen worse. I'm not the worst on these streets. There's worse.
Well, is there anything else that you needed to get off your chest and your heart and your spirit for an irk?
Please stop singing in the middle of conversations. Do not look at me if I'm getting out of a booth. Also, do not perceive me ever again, especially if I'm walking up and down the stairs at a sporting event or a concert or a movie theater. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm embarrassed.
I would like to say I don't want a puzzle to look at me or touch me ever again. Don't bring one near me. Don't puzzle me. And that could become...
You're looking at someone who's half puzzle.
And that's puzzling. But it's not at the same time. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So...
It does make sense.
Please rate...
Review, like, and subscribe.
Please leave a review. We are so pleased with every Spotify and Apple review we get. It means so much to us, and we're so thankful for that. So please leave a little review, subscribe, and pass this on to a pal.
Send it to a friend.
This
is my final message. Send it to a friend.
Get on your rollerblades and ride, baby. Ride into the sunset. Don't let anybody or anything take you down. Get on your blades.
Unless it's Hailey in her car.
If there's anybody that, baby. Remember that skateboarders and rollerbladers had crazy beef in like the 90s? Do you remember?
I just remember Pup and Suds. What's that show? What's that movie? Brink. But that was only rollerbladers. That
boy. He was fine. Anyway, rate, review, subscribe, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Janine, take us home, sis.